I think we're good. My third set prayer is backwards. I can't get that thing turned around.
You can't get that thing flipped over?
No.
So why don't we just...
Oh, I got you.
Why don't you just
I
ride it
tried
backwards?
to play with it.
It's a camera.
I tried to play with it, but
it's that mirror image thing.
It is. I just got home a couple
he
minutes
loves
ago.
playing with it, Larry.
Yeah. Get those fucking Cheetos out.
Oh,
hey, let's pray and go to work.
Where's the bag of Cheetos?
Damn it. Let's pray and go to work. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together. Father, we thank you for John, for him to come in and sit with Rob and I as we sit here and we go through a couple topics together and we catch up with each other. Father, we pray that each one of us are able to touch somebody, Father, that one of us is able to reach in and grab a hold of something that touches one person. Father, we'll bring many, but Father, we're looking for the one. Father, we ask that you stick with us and you work with us through this episode. Father, we ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, we can be specific. God loves specifics.
Say that again.
Give me a gal with 6 foot, 6 foot tall with 5 foot legs, and that's the one I'll be touching. With my message, my message of hope.
Her legs would be longer than you are tall.
I know.
Shit.
Heck
I
yeah.
want to make sure I
Get some height in the family, boys.
put my phone on vibrate.
Don't stick it in your pants though.
No, I didn't.
Off to the
I
side.
threw it over the side. Welcome back, Rob. Here
I was
we
gonna-
go.
John,
Here
hey,
we go.
talk to John real quick. I'm gonna take a break.
You're going
Hi,
to take a break.
John. Welcome back,
Plug,
Johnny.
Hi.
This is Johnny Westside.
Thank you for having me back.
You know, you and I rode together to the meeting the other night, and I was like, I got to record. And I looked at you. You want to record with us? That's what's great about this group of guys that we hang around
But
with.
those are usually the good ones. I mean, I like them all. I mean, and as we've covered more ground, they've gotten better and more mature. I don't know if it's made more mature, but
Well, they've gotten more used to being behind the mic.
we've gotten better about what we do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And more
Especially
topics and
me.
better people.
I mean,
We've had
I've
doctors,
gotten
so
way better.
these are always great.
I've gotten way better. I don't know. About you.
We are amazing. Whiny bitch.
A legend in his own mind.
Yeah, he is. Hey, how's that
Just
dipping
ask-
coming? Have
ask
you had a
him, he'll
dip
tell you.
today?
No, I'm good.
Hey,
I'm proud of you, though.
How many have you had since Monday?
Monday night is the last one.
Good.
Yeah.
Adam.
Damn.
Exactly
Boy.
the last one.
He got hammered on Monday.
You know
Yes,
what,
he did.
though? But
And
that's
I
what
asked him
you
today. I
guys are
texted him
for.
today. How's that coming?
That's what you guys are for, though. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the best ones. Hold on. I'm going to put that back over to you guys.
Why? Because he wants to pick up his phone.
I needed to get off the camera. One of the best ones, and this is for my boy Brian because I know he watches this.
And you're drinking while we're on camera?
Yeah. So Brian sent this to me on Tuesday.
Brian who?
Brian.
Brian P.
From
Brian
Monday
P.
night?
Brian P.
He sent this to me on Tuesday as I was walking over. This is what it says. It says, dude, I am really looking forward to hearing you tell the next chapter of your story, the one where you're able to be delivered the grace of God to beat the addiction preventing you from walking pain-free. Old age inherently comes with pain, but you have a chance to live with a repaired spine, healed and restored. That won't happen if you choose to dip over the delivery. Do the next right thing today, my friend. Good things come to those who struggle for righteousness in his name, Larry. And not only that, but you also glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulations produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. Now, hope does not disappoint because the love of God has been poured out in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, who has given to us. Romans, no dipping.
Yeah.
And he said,
I know he's quoting Romans because we're studying that.
That one was.
Yeah.
I really am excited to hear you tell your story of overcoming this, and the joy comes from seeing evidence of God's love for you. He's going to give you strength, brother. You know,
that's good stuff.
You know what?
Brian's a thoughtful son gun, and
I love that guy.
and a whiz in the kitchen.
Yes.
He's a
Is he
great
really?
dude.
Oh, dude. Well,
You make a good wife?
He would. He absolutely would. He's got one though, so he's good. But because me and Bonnie went down to because Bonnie made a bunch of those little sugar bombs, which were.
Oh my God, those things were so rich.
And then, but Bonnie does them with dark
They were
chocolate.
so good.
And she did them with dark chocolate, and then she goes, well, I'm going to send these to Brian. So she made the batch. They're not going with sprinkle, just a touch more than what Brian does. They put colored sprinkles on them. Funny. Just got to go one step above.
The other night when he gave those, I looked at that sugar bomb and I looked at those almonds that Scott made, and I shoved one of those almonds.
Yeah. I was taking a bite, a couple almonds.
Yeah.
Taking a bite.
Completed it. That completed it. So Monday night thanks to John, right? John and Doug, our boy Doug. So John is, if you want to go back and listen, John is Westside John. It's episode, I don't know, it's way back there. It's been a while. And then
3 or 2 or
Heather
something.
was number 8, so you had to be number 7.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that says, no, I'm sorry. Heather, it's not number 8.
Can't be.
Her number 8 is a bitch. Yeah, it's the name of her episode. That's why I'm thinking of number 8.
I was looking, I was looking back last night or night before. It's in the 30s.
Yeah, it's
late 30s.
And I sound horrible for some reason.
But you look good.
I look amazing, right? I come straight.
I feel underdressed.
What happened right there?
I don't know. You just
wow.
Something happened right there, huh? I told you I didn't sound right.
Okay, now you said,
I don't know what happened.
turn that down.
There.
Yeah, you were way overpowering.
Jesus.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that better?
No,
So
that's
Come on now.
it's loud.
Anyways, so Monday night, obviously we had our meeting. Robert,
That is loud.
Yeah, we had our meeting.
You're loud.
I'm still loud.
Yeah,
You're
buddy.
really loud.
You're loud. And I'm deaf for a
How about
fucking
now?
stone,
Me too.
so
How about now?
better.
What in the world happened?
Look at how much you're overmodulating
I
compared
know.
to us.
I don't know what
You're like,
happened.
Wow.
He's like this. He's
like-
turning the fucker up.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens, guys. I
here-
can't hear
here
you
we are
fuckers at
over
all.
there on the
And here
computer
I am.
screen. Rob and I are like this,
Yeah.
and Larry's like this. It's the story of our lives,
Katie,
right?
Katie always says, "Stop putting the microphone inside your mouth." Anyways, so yeah.
Anyway,
Monday
back to
night,
Monday night.
Monday night, Doug and John brought it up, and Doug verified it. But our meeting started out is we'd get in, we'd check on each other. If we got to the book and read anything on the book,
Or whatever we were doing, right?
whatever we were doing,
The meeting was about us.
The meeting was about us,
And for us.
and we got a little ways away from that.
And John
Doug,
reminded us.
Yeah, Doug and John. Well, John mostly.
Mm-hmm.
John reminded us, hey, and because the week prior, John had some stuff he wanted to get to.
Oh, and here, this is so. I was talking to Daniel yesterday.
It was good to see him too. By
He
the way.
checks in. Well, he get shoulder surgery, so
Right.
he can come around. He goes, that was a good meeting, Rob. He goes, that guy who brought up, who's that guy in the corner, which was John. I go, it's John. The one that brought up about us. And he goes, last week, I walked in and he looked at me like, who the fuck is this guy? Like he wanted to kill me. I was like, dude, what's wrong with this guy? So, you know how alcoholics think it's all about them.
Right.
And then he goes, and then I came in this week and then we talked about it. He goes, oh, that's what's going on with him last week.
Right.
I go, see, it's not about
Nope.
you.
Nope.
You just never know where somebody's at in
mentally.
in between their
You know,
head
and
at any given time.
And for me, John, me and Larry have talked about this many times. For me, people ask, well, how do you get like my wife? Because I've been short lately. I mean, as you see,
You're
I've been
always short.
Right.
Well, not stature-wise. I'm always short stature-wise.
Short returns is what he's saying.
In my fuse.
Right.
My fuse has been not that I go off the edge, but I'll pop back a little bit. I don't bite my tongue and swallow blood as much when I get like this. And but most times when I'm real Rob or
Real Rob.
usual Rob,
Regular Rob.
Bonnie was like, how can you just don't blow up? How come it doesn't get to you? Because I take inventory.
Right.
And I realize I
Always.
don't walk on water, and I need to realize, I need to let people know when my feet get wet. But when you're taking inventory of yourself, it gives you that much more grace for others because you don't know what they're walking through, especially this time of year when there's.
People get so frustrated. My wife gets super frustrated with me. She's like, "Why are you not madder at that?" I'm like, "What's it gonna solve? I mean, what does that resolve?" And I mean, I just went through it again today. I was dealing with something, and our controller's like, "I'm super surprised you're not more upset about this." And I'm like, "What? I don't even understand what I could do to fix. I can't do anything to fix it."
What happened to me the other day, and I'm getting better. And we pointed out what was wrong with me because I mean, I quit 3 days of meetings to pick up 3 more days of training as I was leading up to laying a fucking egg on the mat. But either way, that's what I did. And
I thought you weren't going to speak.
No,
of that
we
again.
are going to speak about. He broke the seal, so it's going to get spoken about now.
Anyway, so I knew this was going to happen. I knew my mannerisms would get short. I'd get a little bit short. I knew that was going to happen. So now I'm going to hit more meetings, get back to my regular routine, and we'll be good. But however, I was driving down the road the other day. I was driving back from Rio Linda, and this guy. I don't know why this came to me. Because usually I get pissed off as a Prius. It wasn't a Prius. I just say that. This guy cut me off. Just cut about 3 of us off, and all of a sudden it says, "Hey," and I was thinking about 5 years ago when I was on the freeway going to pick up parts,
Right.
and my doctor called me and said, "Hey, you got cancer." As I was driving, maybe he got that call, maybe his wife got that call, maybe that's
Good
why.
point.
And either way, and I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm good.
Right.
My 14-year-old daughter's pregnant. You never know.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
for sure.
good.
Like,
No, you
I'm
don't.
good.
You don't know. I had to deal with a guy. You know, I'm in a position at work that it's kind of a tough position, right? I'm over a lot of people, a lot of men, same as you, right? And you get these guys that come in that may or may not have a drinking problem. They, you know, it becomes a work.
Well, we saw one of mine come back to the
Yeah,
meetings.
but I'm going to get to that, right? So I had to deal with it coming home, and finally, in my mind, you know, without wanting to judge the guy, I'm like, listen, motherfucker, you're trying to lie to an alcoholic, right? You're trying to lie to an alcoholic, and everybody knows how fucked that I am. And I wanted to say that so bad, but you got that fine line of employer thing that I got to be very cautious of. Right. So I hung up the phone and I called my boss, my owner, and I'm like, dude, you gotta call this guy, right? You need to. Here's what I want you to ask, right? Here's the questions I want you to fucking ask.
I'm on page 52 of the big book. Ask him this shit here.
So he did, and he called me back a few minutes later. He goes, no, Larry. He goes, I appreciate what you did. He goes, and he goes, why didn't you just ask it? I go, because if I would have asked it, it came out way different than what I wanted it to come out, right? It'd have been coming out in a whole different manner.
Because he's my employee, not my sponsor, not my sponsee.
Right.
Big difference.
Yeah, and he's friends. They're friends, right? Anyways. So, you know, having to deal with that. But then, so I want to get back to you. You said it. First, I'm going to go with one thing. I wasn't going to talk about it, but you broke the seal, and now I'm going to. And listen. So my boy Rob over here,
you're wrong.
Who I love. No, I'm not wrong. Yeah, Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna prove it to you.
No, you're not. I'm gonna be right. My boy Rob over here, went through his hip surgery, did all of his cancer, worked his ass off, was working endlessly with men, working them through the steps, pulled back a little bit to take care of himself mentally, and got back on the mat. And indulged himself in the mat to where he dominated in three local events, dominated. And not only did he try to go on to another couple mats to step up to it, he said, fuck it, and goes to the Worlds. And you go to the Worlds and you step on the mat, and I guarantee you for the last 4 days leading up to it, your anxiety and your alcoholic brain was going batshit fucking crazy, thinking about everything. You had this huge adrenaline rush, and just as you got ready to step on the mat, boom. As you stepped on the mat and it was finally there, that dumped.
Oh, baby.
And you zeroed out.
Yeah.
But guess what? You stepped on the fucking mat, you idiot. Stop it. No. You get so mad at I zeroed out. Fuck it. You learned. Just what?
Oh, yeah.
I will guarantee you step on another fucking world mat like that won't happen again.
Probably
I promise you.
Probably not.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But nevertheless, I laid a fucking egg.
Oh my God.
On the mat. Okay, and I appreciate what you're trying to do. Here's my story. I've said it on the podcast before. I want to say it again. We're going to call her Lisa, John, because that's her fucking name. Lisa and I got sober at the same time. Primary purpose, 14 some odd years ago. And she was going through her steps, and she says, I can say this, she's married now in the Bay Area, living with her husband, doing great. She's got about 7 years sober. She would have 14, John, but she got 7.
Right.
And it's not her sponsor's fault, but this is what happened. Sitting down doing the step work, and she's looking at her 4-step, and this is what she's telling me. And she tells Deborah, her sponsor, that's her fucking name. She says, God, I'm horrible. And Deborah says, no, baby, you're a good person. Alcohol made you do it. 3 weeks later, she's drunk. She goes on. Now, that's not Deborah's fault. That's Lisa's fault for drinking. However, at the same time, I'm going through my step work. And remember, I do the yabba dabba do with Jay, and he points out page 64. Right. And then I look at it, and then the snot comes and the ugly crying. And I say the same thing to myself. I go, Jay, I'm fucking horrible. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He said, son, if that's what you believe, I've got good news for you. You don't have to stay that way. He didn't take that gift from me. He didn't take my assessment from me. Don't do that. I've wrestled all my life. I've had big matches. I laid a fucking egg on the mat. I did.
Okay.
Was it adrenaline dump?
Was it
adrenaline dump? You're absolutely right. Dude, it was, did I do my diet right? Nope. I did a lot of things wrong. I had an opportunity against the number one guy. Yep. That's why it was my match.
Number one seed.
And he was tailor-made for me, and I blew it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said that you've been a little off.
Yeah.
Right? Ever since, you were a little off because you took time off, took meetings off to go do.
Yeah, my spirituality was a little edgy.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that maybe you're beating yourself up a little bit.
Maybe.
Because after you got out there and laid that egg, right? And you didn't crack it, you didn't fry it, you didn't know that you didn't.
You know what? You were up 2-0 when he caught you.
So you were up there.
So you didn't lay an egg.
And then you went out there and okay, you laid an egg however you want to put it.
Didn't lay an egg. He was 2-0 on him.
Do you think that if you honestly, inventory that whole situation, that might be part of why you're quote unquote off right now?
Yeah. Because
you're in your head a little bit too much about it still, even after a week later.
No, because I've evaluated with my son. We talked about it. But I don't want to soften it up. My wife does the same thing he does. Hey, look at all what and I see all that. But
I ain't trying to soften it up.
No, but
that's hardcore reality of what I just said.
No, yeah, but I laid it.
You lost.
Yeah.
You did not lay a fucking egg. You were 2-0 when you got caught in the fucking neck. You were 2-0. That's not a fucking egg.
Hey, Johnny.
You had 2 points on him.
They were all tailor-made for me, too. But you know what? It's a great learning lesson. I'll be back.
I know you will.
February 22nd, I'm up in Sacramento. IBJJF's got a tournament up there. I'm not doing the other ones that I've been kicking ass at. Right. I'm going there.
You got to step up. You got to step up a little bit.
Oh,
right?
I'm gone.
If you want to do more of that big stage stuff, right, you do need to step up a little bit and go into a different organization.
You're going to have to figure out your new normal. If you're going to step back a little bit and try to balance this.
You're absolutely right.
And do that. Right. But with the podcast, with the amount of sponsees that you do, the amount of meetings that you go to, plus you work a full-time plus job.
Yeah.
And then you want to go and, work out and wrestle and everything else. You're going to have to find a new balance, and
Bonnie.
A new norm.
Don't forget Bonnie.
A new norm, right? Because you've talked about a million times on the podcast with us in the meetings, everything else about how, you overbook yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had been overbooking yourself.
Yep.
And you made a conscious decision, okay, I'm going to slow down a little bit over here and I'm going to start focusing this over here. And then now you're still you're going to have to get the training wheels off.
It goes back to that whole, you drank too much, so you had to level it out with your cocaine. Amphetamine, then you had too much meth and you had to level it out. Your balancing is not worth a fuck right now. You need to learn your balance.
It never has been. John's absolutely right. I've got to find but I've got to get everybody. Yeah. Really, I don't have to sit down with my wife. This is what I want to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She's been with me.
She'll help you.
What do you what?
She'll help you balance out.
You have to make sure that relationship stays solid. Like Heather and I, ours, when we decided that we were going to make a relationship and actually make a go out of this, it was like, okay, look, there's a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of things going on in our lives. We have to always promise that no matter what's going on around us, that we stay and communicate and we're going to sit down and we're going to talk things out, no matter who's,
absolutely,
what's going on.
Yeah.
And then if we're okay, if you and I are okay, then the rest of it is going to work out because you and I can work out the whole thing. And
that's good stuff.
That's absolutely true.
And that's what I knew, because we're usually there. And even she mentioned when at the Christmas party, I said this, that we're a little, and I mentioned it Friday, Monday, we're just not on the same page. She says, and I go, I realize it. And here's kind of why, because she's going through her own. I remember after the Charlie Kirk thing, she really started opening up the Bible, really got into that. And what it's done for her, she goes, Rob, I feel like she said this today, crying. I feel like I'm under attack, spiritual attack. I go, well, describe to me, what are you talking about? And what it really is the devil ain't on her. She's starting to do inventory.
Oh boy.
She's starting to look at herself. And
she's not liking it.
Right. She better learn to talk to somebody about some of that stuff.
We're going through it. She goes, and then you guys will say something, my daughter or you, and I'll feel attacked. Like you guys are, and I know it's not, but that's the way I'm taking it.
Always on the defense.
Right. Yeah. So, she's doing inventory. Wow. And when you're doing inventory, what are you looking at?
Right. Yourself.
As
sometimes
you
don't like it.
As you should.
Yeah.
Not
so we're both, she's going through something.
Katie and I go through
I'm not on my game, so I'm not there to help.
Katie and I will go through the same stuff from time to time. Katie and I actually, after Monday night, I said the same thing to her. I was like, because I don't bring home our meetings, but I'm talking about my friend and his wife, right? And I was talking to Katie and I'm like, Bonnie, and Rob said this, and I was like, there's times that even I will tell Katie, we ain't on the same page here, princess. We haven't been on the same page for a few days. We need to figure out what's going on, right? Because either I'm snippy, you're snippy. There's something going on that
and it's
is
not huge, but it's just.
But it can turn into be huge if you don't.
It's like the airplane that's off a degree, right?
What I just talked about.
Yep. Further down,
Yep. All it takes is a minute degree to be off, and if you let that go for very long, it's all of a sudden.
I thought I was going to New York City. How the hell did I end up in Florida?
Yeah.
It happens.
I love the sunshine.
It happens. So we got.
Wow. Speaking of sunshine.
Dude.
Finally.
Today, after what? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
3 weeks of being in Valley.
It was almost 32 days. I left here yesterday, and I got over to the Bay Area, and obviously the sun was shining. Then I went down to Salinas, and sun was shining perfectly. And I came over the hill coming home, and it was nice, but I was inside my truck, and then I got home here and I was walking around my backyard, and I'm like, holy shit, it is beautiful. Yeah. I mean, crisp and clean.
Because you didn't see it. And that is, correct me if I'm wrong with you guys, because my wife loves this weather.
Oh my God.
I hate it.
I can't stand.
I can't stand this
the
weather.
cold humidity.
No. And Bonnie likes that.
She loves this.
I like it for a couple days.
I've said 100,000 times that I would rather be in Wyoming or Colorado at 10 or 15 degrees than in California in the valley at 40 degrees and foggy. And not see the sun for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I gotta have the sun.
Like it's just cold, wet cold. It's just
it's a miserable cold. Or it gets down into the 30, the high 30s,
right?
And you're out there welding in the shocking yourself, and you don't get paid at home, so you got to be there. That's what this reminds me of.
That's because you're not supposed to put the ground clamp on your toe and lick the rod.
Yeah, on your pecker. So yeah, we had a surprise with one of our brothers that haven't been in for a couple years. For
a year.
About a year he's been gone, and he I'm only bringing this up for one reason,
because it can help somebody else,
right?
It helps.
So he came in, and when he walked in, I saw the pain on his face, right? And at first I was like,
I love it.
Oh yeah, Robin, I want to be very, and I was going to go there too, right? But I'm very cautious where I don't want people thinking, well, those guys are just son of a bitches.
No.
They like to.
I love him too. I'm the sponsor. I love this guy.
But that's my point, that I want to make sure that people understand. When we see that person walk into the room and we're in pain, my first instinct was, thank God he's back.
Yep,
right?
Absolutely.
Thank God he's back. Second of all, and I told him this, I love you, but thank you for going out and trying that again. Right? Because
same thing.
Yeah, you said it out loud, and I was like, oops.
No, it's
he took it.
It's
true.
It's true. Hey, straight up, this is how it is. Thank you for going back out and showing me that nothing has changed since I got here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, because you had a couple of years, and within the same day, literally the same day,
he was
picked
doing
up a drink. Like after he picked up a drink that night, he was doing coke,
doing some blows,
powdered accelerants again.
His response when he
I'm sorry, if I had some coke, it'd be in a pipe. I don't know.
I snorted.
His response when somebody asked him, how long did it take? He said, immediately. Same night.
Back.
Right. And what's funny is you ask some people that, and they'll say it took a while. Right,
a week or two,
but he was like immediately.
But think about it, even somebody that goes back out and say, well, okay, how long did it take before you got back to where you were? A week or two. Well, if you were sober for 2 or 3 years, and you were right back to where you were, 2 years ago, in a week or two, that's still a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Like that's still a blink of an eye.
Absolutely.
You go from drinking a handle and smoking a quarter ounce or snorting or whatever, and you stay clean and sober for a couple of years, and then
a couple of weeks you're back there,
and then
or
a couple
worse.
backs you're back there or worse, and then you stay there and waller in it for a year or so.
Well, see, and that's the thing, because I knew from another brother that's my sponsor who also works. I knew what was going on behind. But I had to keep person's anonymity. Yep. So I didn't say nothing. It doesn't do me no good to confront him anyway. We all knew. Right. And then he said, he goes, right, because he called me like 2 days before when he got out of Maynard's. He goes, I knew you and Brad.
That one shocked me.
He goes, I know that you and Brad knew. And he goes, I didn't want to fucking call you because I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it.
And that's as
God bless him.
It can get.
Yeah, God bless you.
I was still a little shocked that he left early. Why didn't he just spend it?
Because his family wanted him home. They were nagging him to come home. We can't do this without you. Come home. So he went home. I disagree that he shouldn't have stayed there, but it's not my life.
No, I know, and I think
he went there. He's in the rooms.
Right. No, I think sometimes those guys, he already knew what he had to do. He just needed a pause, I guess. Maybe
if you've been there a couple of times, you're not going to pick up much else.
That's his first stint in any kind of rehab.
Oh, okay. Well,
he just walked away from the bottle last time.
And we did this. Well, he almost killed himself.
No, for sure. He had a bad scare. He had a bad scare, and he walked away from the bottle.
We did the steps. Well, finally. Life got
just glad he's back.
Life got great.
For sure.
Thanks for testing the waters, as we
like
say.
Hey, he's like the scouts that come in with arrows stuck.
Wasn't it Pat that said that? He's like the scout that goes out. Yeah. He goes out.
Comes back in with a bunch of arrows in his back. And we're like, hey, bud, I wasn't out there.
We're standing on top of the fort.
Thank you.
Here he comes. It's still no good out
Superman.
So funny. But yeah, that's what's going on. Now we want to catch up with John. John got married.
Oh, yeah.
John got married, didn't invite any of us to the wedding.
And I don't blame you.
And I did not.
You know, we just talked that before you showed up. He was talking about somebody being upset with him.
Who?
Don't worry about it. He was talking about somebody being upset with him. And I'm like,
I'll fuck him up.
Fuck you, John. I'm upset with you too. I didn't get to go. You sent me a goddamn picture. What am I supposed to do with the picture, John?
I'm happy for you, John.
I didn't even want to see you anyways. I wanted to see Heather.
That's what everybody says.
Nate, I want to see you, bud.
Yeah.
We are kindred spirits. I love Heather too. She's awesome. But
I want more of Heather's story. I want her back here. I said something to John yesterday when we were talking about.
Well, I'll tell you what, partner.
Why do you keep staring at that damn TV? The camera's over there. Look into the camera. There you go.
After the first of the year, because Bonnie, when we were, where were we at? Oh, at the wedding. Bonnie and Heather got to talking. I didn't hear this, so me and Bonnie are taking John and Heather to Batchy's for steak.
Good for
ribeyes.
Good for you.
You're more than welcome to come. You can get your fill of Heather.
Fuck you. I don't know. No.
After the first of the year, I'm buying.
You're probably going to go about January 3rd or 4th when I'm still in the hospital.
What time is that? No. Johnny, January 3rd, we're going to be over dinner. Yeah. Larry, you're more than welcome.
In fact, when this drops, I won't even get to listen to this one.
That's a Saturday, and I'll still be in the mountains. Thank you very much.
Okay, there you go. Never mind.
So what's been going on, John? No? Yeah?
I got nothing. Yeah. I don't know. Life on life's terms, just good old stuff. Same old thing.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, so what was going on last Monday? Yeah. I wasn't there that Monday, but what was...
I don't even remember anymore. I gave it to God. I gave it to God and let go.
Isn't that something?
Really, if you really think about it, like, I don't know, I was all twisted up in my head about whatever it was, and I wanted to get it out, and then I couldn't. And then I called Doug and talked to Doug about what was going on, and then now, I just got off the phone with Doug.
But why didn't you call somebody that night? I mean, somebody with 20 plus years of...
usually when I get like that, because I did it, like we talked about before, I did it, there was a lot of years in there that I just did it by myself.
Right.
I got enough program, I made the amends or whatever, and I know that I live by that rule, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
I
good or bad.
I go to bed at night and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I have this rule: if I carry something for longer than 24 hours, I just have to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, normally what I do, John, if I'm on the road and something's really bugging me, which I haven't, just because I've been edgy, nothing's really been bugging me. I'm just edgy. But if I give it to God and I pull it back in an hour or two, I call Aaron, I'll call him, I'll call someone, and I'll do a 4-step. I'm resentful at, or I'm afraid of, and I'll do that little walk. Give it to God, and then it goes away.
I will argue and argue and argue and argue and argue and argue until I finally come to. But here's where fucked it. Yes, I will. Here's what I'll do, and I'm horrible about it. And because I don't include my brothers in my pain, I guess is one way to say it.
Until it gets too much.
And correct. But and I'm going to go back to what Rob says, where you're being a selfish prick, right? You're not letting us do what we,
let us help you carry the water, right?
And that's something I feel like, and I said this last night at Monday night, somebody was saying, Brandon that opened up, Brandon in his Saturday morning meeting, and I'm going to say this out loud because a lot of local people are listening. Saturday morning at Escalon, the AA meeting at 7:00 men's group is fucking amazing. Thank you, Brandon, for that. Good God. But Brandon really opened up at that meeting, and Doug was saying, well, happy you puked that out. I puke a lot of shit when I go into meetings. I don't have a fucking problem just
talking,
flowing. No, not just talking, John. And I'm glad you said that because, I do like to fucking talk a lot. But when I get into a meeting, that's where I fucking puke it, right? If I got something bothering me, it's coming the fuck out because that's the way I was taught.
Yes.
What fucking meetings are for.
Okay, but I mean, hold on. Yes and no.
Yes.
I agree with what Rob's getting ready to say.
You puke it, but when you mean that, you also stay in the solution.
Yes.
It's not a drunk log. It's not. It's solution based.
Yes.
I struggle with, like you said a few minutes ago. I've been here a long time, right? I've been doing this for a while, so I don't.
20-something plus years. 22 years.
In my head, it's like, man, I'm supposed to be setting a good example for these guys with 2, 3, 4, 6 months, whatever, and then I don't want to just come in here and puke about something that's.
But that is a good example.
Yeah,
it's a great example.
But sometimes it's just like menial. Like I don't even remember what it was.
Doesn't matter.
And, when we have other brothers that are dealing with,
I got you.
Other things that
Cancer.
are just so
Right.
cancers, kids, cancers,
Daughter,
that kind of stuff.
The real
and
shit.
The real shit, and it's.
But
just
it's all real.
It's just.
It is, and that's exactly why you guys, when you guys started giving me shit about my Copenhagen, and
we got to go back to that.
But when he comes in, and I see the pain on his face, and here I am crying about you guys wanting me, having to take my Copenhagen away. And this guy is in real fucking pain, right? And I'm like,
perspective. It's
like,
a gift.
And it's like instantly, I'm like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever, and have I had a few other thoughts since
moment
then?
of clarity.
It was an extreme moment of clarity, right? And I didn't have a problem with it. So obviously it goes back to that same thing, right? Wide window when it first happened, and everything's good after about 6 or 7 hours. When I wake up of a morning, it's like, man, fuck, just one more chew. That whole thought process starts coming back through again. And, the thought of his pain is gone in my head, right? Then all of a sudden I go back into my own bullshit. So anyway, it was Monday night. That was probably one of the best meetings we've had in a long time. And I'm going to say it again to anybody. I know our buddy Jim Hart in Denver. His meetings are going extremely well. He's got 3 to 4 people doing the same thing we're doing after he came here and started came to our meeting.
Good deal.
He's
like our Monday night.
Yep.
Boys?
They do it on Wednesday night. So he's got 3 or 4 guys that are real consistent, but he says sometimes, cause he'll call me almost every Wednesday to kind of today's Wednesday. So he'll call me almost every Wednesday to tell me how it goes. And sometimes he'll have 7 to 8 and sometimes he'll have 1 or 2, but he's doing really good.
I'm getting a call from one of our brothers. I'm letting him know we're doing a podcast.
Oh, tell him to come on. I'll put him on Bluetooth.
We haven't had him on.
Who is it?
Eric the electrician.
Dude, where is he? Okay, so 10:15 last night, that prick decides to start texting.
Did he?
He's been missing all over the place, and all of a sudden at 10:15 he sends out in the group text. Yeah, prick.
I'll say we got to get his little ass on the podcast.
Little midget, shorter
He's
than
shorter
you.
than me.
He's got a good story too.
He does have.
He's got a great story.
So, did you know, Johnny? Priscilla's going to be on, and Dustin.
Excited Sunday
on Sunday, but they're going to Vegas tomorrow to. They call it. She says, and I don't go to conferences. Right there. It's called. She says.
Why are you flipping me off for that?
Because you're the one that said, "Rob, don't go to conferences. Rob, don't go nowhere." It's called the Woodstock of AA. You got the big conference, but this is, I guess it's every year. It's a 4-day thing in Vegas.
Never heard
called
of it.
Do they have the same amount of weed?
I don't know. But it sounds, but I'm like a week off, man. We could,
Are they California sober?
No, I'm just. It's
at the Woodstock of AA.
That's just what they call it. I guess that's
whole.
just like, but I've never heard of it. But it's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a 4-day deal.
I'm sure if you wanted to go to a different conference, you could go to one just about every week.
Oh, I don't know. This is.
For AA.
I don't know if you ever heard of it. I forgot. I can ask her what it was called. Anyway, so when they get back, we'll have Dustin's story, and then they'll talk. And then the second episode, we'll talk about whatever.
Well, I want Priscilla's story too.
That was.
Huh?
We'll talk about where they went.
I know, but Priscilla's story.
She don't want to tell her story.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't think she got a good story.
Everybody's got a story, man. That's what I tell. Everybody has a story. I don't care.
I know, but hers is more. She says hers is more than his mine is. But whatever. I think she's got a great. But Dustin has a great story, and we can talk about that, or we can have her story. But anyway, we'll have.
So Ashley, who is just on, is going to be.
She's going to get a job interview, by the way.
I know. She told me. I was talking to her yesterday. She's all pumped up. You know what? She's got the skin to deal with those truck drivers.
Yeah, she does. Because you better have it. And
that's why I told her. I go, Ashley, you got some thick skin, and you'll probably get in. You'll do just fine against those guys over there.
You gotta watch those truck drivers, boy. I'll tell you.
They're all assholes. I'm one of them. So that so she's gonna start taking over. She's gonna start doing our social media stuff. That's why social media dipped a lot because Mary is going through what she's going through, and she backed off. And Sean and her are dealing with some stuff. Everything's great. She's doing good. Talked to her today. She's amazing. But she just needed to spend some time
Absolutely.
and step back off. So Ashley's going to take over that. And she's the one that says that you got to have more personal shots between Rob and you. You got to have the more personal shots. And I'm like,
what do you mean personal shots?
Like one-on-one shots, like zoom in the cameras on the one-on-one. I'm like, yeah, I don't want the cameras that close to me.
He's zooming them fuckers in.
That's funny.
What's good is, and I would recommend, I'm glad Jim's doing what he's doing, because what we have is unique. And a lot of guys talk about having a posse. Me and Johnny, all the old timers, they got, but people that love them enough to tell them the truth, and we'll call them, hey, you're off. You know that, right?
Right.
And just, and it's not, and we're nowhere near drinking. That's not the point.
No,
the point is, do you recognize it?
Right.
And if you do, okay, or you're doing something to
help yourself,
to get yourself back on track. Okay, great. Yeah. But who doesn't need that?
We all do. And the more you have, the more we get around. Like the other night, Pat walked me to my truck and took my Copenhagen out of my truck.
I told you if I would have been able to find it on the way to the...
And I told you wouldn't be able to find it. You'd probably find my gun before you found my Copenhagen.
I told him on the way to the meeting, I said, if I can find it, I'm going to throw it out of the window at the river. And I couldn't find, I was digging around for it. I couldn't find it.
No, it was hidden.
Okay, so... Here's a topic. Here we go. So we were talking about you and your Copenhagen, right? How do you feel now after
the side of my cheek is just raw from me chewing on my cheek?
Okay, did you use sunflower seed? Did you do anything like that?
And I agree with what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree. Here's the reason why I don't do sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
So here's the reason why I don't do sunflower seeds. And
I agree, and I like
all this other stuff is because when I first got sober, I don't remember if it was Rob. I don't remember who it was. And they said, if
it was good advice, it was me.
Somebody said at one point, if you're going to drink non-alcoholic, all it's going to do is run down the road. And where our brother Brad, he drinks a lot of non-alcoholics.
Not so much anymore, no.
Not so much. But for me, I agreed with that. And it's like, you're either going to, if I'm going to quit, I'm going to quit. Because here's the thing about it. I'm quitting the habit. And that habit is putting something in my mouth when something is bothering me.
It's that action.
That action of something.
Right.
It's no different than picking up a beer. It's no different than I changed my beer, picking up my beer and drowning what was bothering me for a dip because I went from doing, before I quit drinking, I was only chewing about a can a day at most, right? A little bit. I was up to 2 cans a day and
that's a lot.
And looking, it's almost $22 a day.
Fuck.
So
that's why I was saying that's a lot of tobacco.
It's expensive.
You're welcome. Can I get half of that?
Yeah. That's the other thing I told Katie. I goes, it's been kind of nice seeing that my bank account ain't going where it's going, but and it's just and it just, so I just don't agree with, Jason. Jason was like he tore up his mouth with sunflower seeds and this and this and this, and I'm like, man, if I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna quit.
Hey, but if that helps somebody, great.
Whatever.
I did it your way. When I found out that Copenhagen was causing my gut problems, I had a half a can left. I hit my knees. It was sitting on my nightstand. I said, I did steps 1, 2, 3. I said, God, I can't do this. I'm not strong enough, but you can, and I'm gonna let you. I can't have that anymore.
Right.
And it stayed there till it got dry, and it stayed. Then finally, 2 months down, 3 months down the road, she goes, "You ever gonna throw that away?" And then I didn't have. Oh shit! Yeah.
I did what
I was done.
Johnny,
but I didn't replace it with gum.
Johnny and I talked about it on the way over to the meet on Oakdale, and he was talking about when he quit chewing. And you know what? I kind of picked up a little bit of what you said, and it's like,
what'd you say?
I've caught in my habits of when I will grab a chew, and I just tell myself, all right, give it 5 minutes. Give it 5 minutes.
Because
that's what kind of Johnny.
When do we want to chew, John? When is it? After a meal, of course.
Well, after a meal, then I was driving truck all the time, so it was when I was doing my pre-trip in the morning, the whole week. And at the end of the week, I opened that can. I'm like, oh God, this is going to taste nasty. It's been cold and hot so many times. I just threw it away, and I was hit. And of everything that I've stopped doing, I still miss chewing the most.
Really?
Yep, I do.
I don't miss that shit for nothing.
I do. Well,
that
a lot
of
of the guys at work chew, so everybody's standing around chewing.
Well, so everybody, they chew or they got those pouches or
right.
Or they do both. I don't miss.
Yeah, what are they called?
Zins. My son does
nicotine pack.
My son does that. I just don't.
You guys want to hear something?
What?
I didn't start the recording on the cameras.
Okay.
So all the shit we were talking.
So everybody's going to see what I'm talking about, him flailing his arms around like a fucking, like one of those blow up dolls.
Dude, I'll tell you, I'm
Cars for sale,
such
motherfucker.
a rookie. You know what? Our number one goal is not to freaking do cameras or videos or anything else. It's to save lives, and thank God, because we're fucking horrible about doing podcasts. I am.
I'm gonna see if you guys are how well you listen, how smart you are. John says the one thing of all the things he quit, the one thing he's misses was Copenhagen.
Well, actually, mine was Skull Straight.
Skull Straight, okay, was tobacco. Of all the things that I've done, the one thing that I miss,
tobacco.
What is it?
Tobacco.
No.
There's no A at the fucking end of it.
Tobacco.
Meth.
You are a fucking... That is by far the one thing I never missed.
You've never done meth?
So I did a lot of crank and cocaine. Well, I never did meth.
Same thing. Crank is meth.
Crank is meth.
I did a lot of crank in high school.
Crank is meth.
I hated crank. I loved my cocaine.
I did not mind the ether smell.
I didn't.
I prefer crystal meth because it was cleaner.
Okay, let's not. Well, we need to get off this. We need to get off.
Let's go. We have no desire to convince anyone that there's only one. Johnny's got this highlighted. We have no desire to convince anyone that there's only one way by which faith can be acquired. If we have learned and felt and seen, if what we have learned and felt and seen means anything at all, it means that all of us, whatever our race, creed, or color, are children of a living creator with whom we may form a relationship upon simple and understandable terms as soon as we are willing and honest enough to try. What does that sound like? I mean, who doesn't want to have a relationship with the lover of their soul, their creator? However,
some people don't even want to love themselves, though, Rob.
But the way to do it, what that just said is, you don't have to get good to get God. You got to get honest with yourself first. Like what my wife's going through is she starts reading scripture after all this, and she thinks she's being attacked spiritually, which she's not. Who's attacking her is herself.
Internal.
Because she's
an internal job.
It's always an inside job.
Right.
If you're not if you are not comfortable in your own skin, it's not anything external. It's you.
Right.
What are you not doing usually? It's not what are you doing, what aren't you doing?
Normally it's me is what did I say? What did I do or what did I didn't do? Is normally is what causes me to be uncomfortable like that.
Usually it's what am I not doing? Or what have I stopped doing or what have I what part of my routine. But Johnny gave you good advice. I need to reevaluate because right now I have nobody. I'm going to do some step work tomorrow if the motherfucker
just talked about this.
Doesn't shine me on, but
don't give fucking Johnny the credit. I told you that.
Look at him.
Fuck John.
Pride and ego. Do some step work on that shit.
The only thing that's taller than him is his pride.
Larry needs some step work on pride and fucking ego.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're going through the steps with Doug.
Yeah, I did.
I got him on speed dial.
Doug's going to tell you, Larry. You can get a lot accomplished if you don't mind who gets the credit.
Larry's now a sponsor whore. Rob wasn't doing good.
Hey, but it has nothing to do with that.
But do you think
nothing to do with that? It's a good topic to talk about.
No, I understand because Rob does it one way, and then there might be something that Doug does when he's doing it. It's just one little thing different that opens that in your mind a little bit more. And then, like you said, you'll come to me and then you won't like that because then you'll have to go to jail. But
I go back to when I was working with my brother years and years and years and years ago, right? My brother was trying to teach me to do something, a certain thing what he was trying to teach me. And I could never get it right. The way I was always having problems with it. Another guy came in completely separate and he goes, hey, and he explained it and it made total sense to me. Made total fucking sense. He may have said it 2 words differently. It just made sense in a different way. So that's it.
So is that like Common Core AA?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the only reason why I wanted to switch, it's not that I didn't want to, Rob is no longer my fucking sponsor.
Oh man, all I hear right now is a bunch of bullshit.
Rob is no longer my sponsor anyways. Everybody in that room is my fucking sponsor. Everybody in that room, right? We all hold each other accountable.
Brothers.
Yes, brothers, and I love that man to death. What I want to do is I want to walk back through it again. The first time I did it, I fucking hammered it out, right? I wanted through it. And I wanted to. Huh?
That's why we're never
right.
done.
I hammered through it. And as I've gotten older in my sobriety,
you're getting ready. You're getting ready. It's got nothing to do with Doug or who's on the other end of the steps. No. You're getting ready to answer the question of why you're because you are not the same man 4 years ago.
Absolutely, I'm not.
It doesn't matter if Doug does it the same way that I do.
100%.
You'll get something different because you're different.
Yes.
So period.
Everything about me is different, and how I'm going to approach it, and how I'm going to do it. I've walked several other people through the steps, so now I know what I'm expecting, and I'm going to do it. There's still stuff in there. When I walk through guys,
I did Doug at 18 years. Me and Doug went back through him and looked at it, and he got more out of that.
But here's the thing that scares me, right? And I know here's the part
we don't make
that
decisions based on fear.
No, I know what is still left in there, and I'm scared to do it.
Then that's when you go dig into that shit.
That's why I want to do it again.
Fuck yeah.
Because I know it's time to
Johnny's got the book open.
I've got the book open. Just, I don't know if you're going to show any of this or not, or on video, since you fucked up the first half.
Fucking Jesus.
But this is my third copy of book, right? Since I've been sober, and every time I go through it,
that's like one every 7 years.
Yeah. So I try to go through it, and every time I go through it, I try to use a different color highlighter, because every time I go through it, something. I
find you more attractive right now. Look at that book.
I'm more.
Rob don't even have a book anymore. He's got pamphlets.
Yeah, he's got pamphlets. So, but I'm in a different place than I was the last time I went through it. So something different jumps out at me because you're growth. Because I'm growing, or in some cases I had slid backwards. Like I went back to the stinking thinking, and something went back, and I was like, ooh, I remembered why I highlighted. I remembered why I highlighted that last time. Right.
And you go like, anyways, that's why I didn't even talk to Rob about it. I never even talked to Rob about it. It's something that Katie and I have talked about it.
What was I going to say?
That's exactly why
I didn't care what you were going to say.
That's why I asked Doug to be my sponsor when I went through everything again a couple of years ago now.
I asked Doug because Doug and I have some of his resentments is the stuff I'm having to deal with. Right. That's the reason why I wanted Doug, because he's got some stuff in his past, similar situations that he's told me through that he had to deal with. And that's the reason why I want Doug. Cause there's a lot there that Doug and I have in common as far as our resentments and stuff with our families that he had to deal with. I still have to deal with it. I haven't. I know I have to. And I'm going to have to. So,
well, that's why I have suggested in the past, and I still would now, if there's a newcomer and they're like, I need to find a sponsor, or they're in a program and they need to find a sponsor. My suggestion is always sit in the meetings, listen to what people have to say, find somebody whose story's similar to yours. Remember, focus on the similarities and not the differences, right? Yep. Because that's because you can sit in a meeting and focus on the differences all day long, and you'll never go to another fucking meeting again, right? But if you sit in a meeting and you focus on the similarities, and you find somebody who's got a similar story,
or someone who carries themselves the way you want to,
right? And that person carries themselves. You look at that person, and you're like, I want what that person has. If he or she went from that, and this is how they're carrying themselves today, then that's something that I want, and that's the kind of people that you want to hang out with in sobriety.
I've said this, Rob. Before Rob mouth opened up, I knew I wanted him to sponsor me because he had what I wanted, and it was the sunshine that was just beaming out of him.
Just so you know, you have what he wants.
What, height?
Yep.
Actually, I don't want it.
and hair. And hair.
Not much. You ain't got much fucking hair.
Fuck, I shaved the shit out of this thing if I could, but my wife hates when I'm bald. Anyways, covered that. Larry's really fucking crazy.
We're all a little bit
We
crazy.
all knew that already. That's
Larry don't know how to fucking run a podcast.
And
we knew that already too.
God is running this thing.
And that liquor is but a symptom.
God didn't want me on.
Say that again, Rob.
Liquor is but a symptom.
It is. Mm-hmm. Had to get down to what?
Causes and conditions. And that's today.
That's right.
We're not thinking about drinking. I just want to be.
My wife sent me something yesterday, and I love her for this, where she came up with it. And it says, today's problem is yesterday and tomorrow. Think about that for a minute.
Hey, isn't
a lot.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Isn't Brandon's 1 year relatively soon?
He just had it.
Yeah, I
just
say
had
he
it.
had it.
He's like a month. He's like a year and 3 months, year and 2 months, year and 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, he got it. I want to say we gave him a chip.
Because it was 90 days when he did. When he did, I was
when he did this podcast.
The reason I was asking,
90 days.
it was 90 days.
Right.
That's right. That's what. It aired right around Christmas last year. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but once that year came,
So this is gonna air.
Is actually gonna air
next week.
It'll air next week, and then we'll have one.
So that'll be right before Christmas.
It'll be this will be the week previous to Christmas, and then
Christmas week.
yes,
3 days. Christmas Eve. This will air Christmas Eve, the 23rd.
No. This is dropping next week. It'll drop on the. You're right.
Oh my God! How is it that hard? It's Christmas Eve.
He can't give
Christmas
anybody
Eve.
credit. He can't give nobody credit. He's a fucking.
Hey, you know what? I just thought about it. It's gonna be Christmas Eve.
How many times has he told me I'm wrong already today?
Yeah, and you've been right every
I
time.
fucking love you, John. Why do you even like hanging out with me?
You know why?
Katie says this all the time. She's like, "Why do you even have fucking friends?"
I'm so used to being told that I'm wrong all the time. It's not even funny, and I'm usually
how do you
right.
have fucking friends.
Because we have to because we're sober.
Yeah, so this is going to air
Fuckers are as
Christmas
sick as I
Eve.
am.
So
that's why.
So I wanted to say I'm double checking. Yeah, so it is Christmas Eve next week.
It
so
is.
I wanted to make sure that I we wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
And be safe. God damn it. Be safe.
Be safe.
You don't have
Merry
to drink.
Christmas.
You don't have to drink.
And there's marathon meetings.
Yes, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Get involved.
Get involved. Call a friend. Call somebody. You know what?
recoveryunfilteredpodcast at gmail.com. Reach out. I will come get you.
Yes.
And remember, you don't ever have to drink again, even if you want to. Even if you want to, you don't have to.
What did Pat call it? Our recruiting season?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is where the amateurs come out.
What did he say between now and
St.
Patty's Day?
You get those court appointed people.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, Robin, thank you for saying that. Trust me, recoveryunfilteredpodcast at gmail.com. I am here. Rob will answer. We are 1,000%.
I'll come fucking get you.
Yeah.
I love getting new people. I'll hijack you.
He don't care. Even if you're in Mississippi, he'll come and get you.
And we'll get the steps done before we get back here.
Back to California.
MISSISSIPPI.
Oh my God, that's funny. So yeah, reach out, talk to somebody. Thank you, John, I'm glad you thought about that I prompted you to say that before.
Now he's giving me credit. Jeez.
No, he's giving himself credit for prompting you.
He missed it. I
don't miss shit.
Yeah, he started out the show by giving me credit. Thanks for opening up about that money.
Right.
What I did.
And it just broke his heart, so he had to take it back.
Yeah, and then he had to take it back through the whole thing, and then he's got to give me a kudos at the end. So,
well,
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all.
Yes,
and
yes.
Keep coming back.
Yep. Keep coming back.
Or
reach out to us.
Or don't ever leave.
Social media, Recovery Unfiltered Podcast, emails, reach out. Don't get caught into something you're uncomfortable with. You don't have to drink. Or if you are drinking.
For Ashley that she gets hired.
Just remember this too. If there's a lot of us. I heard something really quick. I heard something the other day about somebody taking ability partners with them to
Ashley said that
to family gatherings and stuff like that.
It's a great idea.
It's a fantastic. I've done it. I did it before. Like when I was early on and went to a scenario. I took my old sponsor with me and said, "Man, you got to go with me. I've got to show my face. I was invited, but I really don't feel like going."
Call him your partner too. When you get to a family, introduce him as your partner. It'll really fuck up the conversation.
Yeah.
When did that happen, John? Sobriety comes with that.
Heather
I'll
would
stay
be
drunk.
so upset.
Yeah.
This is my partner.
What step is that?
Partner in crime. I should have grabbed that shirt out of my closet that said "Even the devil on your shoulder says WTF." Are you thinking now? Are you up to now or whatever?
He's done that too.
The Recovery Unfiltered Podcast.
There's my wife.
We appreciate you
She's
being
telling
here
us,
today.
Fuck off.
If you'd like to reach out to us,
Thank you,
Merry
John.
Christmas.
Please email us at recoveryunfilteredpodcast.com. We will
At
do our best
gmail.com.
to answer all of
She
your
doesn't say
emails.
Gmail.
Oh, that's the one I got to fix.
Yeah.
She even
Fuck
said
her.
that.
Gmail.